Now we're going to look at Module 1, Lesson 7, example number 2. This can be found on page 27 of your workbook. You need what? Brendan came home from school and informed his mother that he had volunteered to make cookies for his entire grade level. He needs 3 cookies for each of the 96 students in 7th grade. Unfortunately, he needs the cookies the very next day. Brandon and his mother determined that they can fit 36 cookies on 2 cookie sheets. Okay, so 36 cookies on 2 cookie sheets. Part A. Is the number of cookies proportional to the number of cookie sheets used in baking? Create a table that shows data for the number of sheets needed for the total number of cookies baked. Go ahead and pause the video and try a data table on your own in your workbook. Okay, now that you've tried the data table on your own, let's take a look at what this data table would look like. Okay, so in our first column, we're going to have our number of cookie sheets. And this will represent our X. In our second column, we have our number of cookies baked. And this will be our Y. And in our third column will be our unit rate dash our constant of proportionality. So if we know we have 2 cookie sheets and those 2 cookie sheets can give us 36 cookies, let's take a look at how this would work with our equation, y equals k times x. So we know that 36 is equal to k times 2. And in order to get k by itself, 36 divided by 2 gives us 18. Let's try two more examples here. So if we had 4 cookie sheets, we would be able to make 72 cookies. And once again, 72 divided by 4 gives us our constant of proportionality of 18. One more example, 10 cookie sheets will give us 180 cookies. And once again, it continues with our constant of proportionality to give us 18. So our unit rate here, once again, is 18. And our constant of proportionality, k, is equal to 18. If we were to describe this in words, we would say there are 18 cookies per 1 cookie sheet. For part B, I've included our data table once again. And let's take a look and read part B. It takes 2 hours to bake 8 sheets of cookies. Go ahead and underline that information. If Brandon and his mother began baking at 4 p.m., when will they finish baking the cookies? So we're looking to answer that second part of the question. When will they finish baking the cookies? Well, let's take a look at the information we know. We know that we have 96 students who each need 3 cookies, so 3 cookies per student. and that gives us a total of 288 cookies. Using our equation y equals k times x, we know that we need 288 cookies, and we know our constant of proportionality is 18, and we need to solve for the number of cookie sheets. Taking that, solving for x, we divide 288 by 18, which equals our x, which gives us 16 cookie sheets. So we know if it takes 2 hours to bake 8 sheets, it will take 4 hours to bake 16 sheets of cookies. 4 hours after 4 p.m. will give us 8 p.m. So they will finish baking at 8 p.m. Now let's move on to example number 3. And example number 3 can be found on page number 28. French cooking class. Suzette and Margot want to prepare crepes for all of the students in their French class. A recipe makes 20 crepes. Okay, go ahead, underline that information. 20 crepes with a certain amount of flour, milk, and 2 eggs. Okay. The girls already know they have plenty of flour and milk to make 50 crepes. But they need to determine the number of eggs they will need for the recipe because they are not sure they have enough. So part A of this question. Considering the amount of eggs necessary to make crepes, what is the constant of proportionality? So we know that 2 eggs can make 20 crepes. So using our equation of y equals k times x, we're going to substitute two for y equals k times 20. In order to solve for k, we're going to divide by 20 both sides. 2 divided by 20 equals k, which equals 1 over 10. So the constant of proportionality is 1 over 10. So part B, what does the constant of proportionality mean in the context of this problem? So we know 1 egg is needed to make 10 crepes. So in order to solve the part C, substitute in our equation y equals k times x. We know we need 50 crepes. Sorry, we're solving for y, and we know our constant of proportionality is 1 over 10, and we know we need 50 crepes, which gives us 5. 5 eggs are needed to make 50 crepes. Okay, and in closing, what is another name for the constant that relates to the measures of two quantities? And that is our constant of proportionality. And how is the constant of proportionality related to the unit rate of y over x? And they represent the value of the ratio y to x. Please come to class prepared with any questions that you might have about any of these examples, and we'll work on the problem set in class. Thank you very much.